Good morning, fellow meanderers. Hope all is well. Moss, leave it. Leave. You got a bit. Come on. Come on, you. Anyways. Leave it. Good boy. Come on. Forwards. Good boy. Right, so anyways, it's Thursday and I haven't done as much recording as what I would have liked this week, in all honesty. Moss, wait. Haven't done as much recording as I would have liked this week. Just had a lot on, to be honest, and I haven't done a lot of great walks, so yeah, a lot of night walking as well. So hence why I haven't done, well, I'm still doing daily updates, but I haven't actually recorded that much. Mossy. Wait. Let's go. He's cute, isn't he? Off. Leave. Leave. Always problematic round bins. Come on. But he's getting there. Blythe. Wait. Wait. And with me. So yeah, not really 100% sure what kind of walk we are going to be doing this morning. First and foremost, we're going to be walking along the main road and going up to Impost to collect a parcel up at Lidl. So yeah, we're going to make that the first part of our mission and then we'll work out what we're doing. But for those of you that experience this particular Thursday, because this won't be uploaded for a few days, it's going to be wet. We've had a lot of rain overnight and yeah, there's meant to be basically a dump of the stuff from about 10 o'clock this morning. It's just gone 9, so it's kind of my last opportunity for a relatively dry walk. Blythe. Halfway. Blythe. Good boy. Let's go. Oh, he's getting really, really good at his what I call road manners, I guess. Stopping at curbs, able to stop in a central reservation on a busy arterial road in Aylesbury, so that's great. Moss, stop pulling with me. Good boy. Legs. Good. Forwards. So what I always try to do when we're passing people or we're on a busy road, I'll have him one side of me. This is a fairly wide pavement, so I'm letting him go ahead a little bit. Gonna go up for a wee-wees. Hell yeah. Perfect piss spot that is. Pit stop, pit stop. Moss. Links. Links, good boy, yes. Forwards. And again, I'm not like so regimented that they must walk beside me at all times. I personally think that when you're doing any kind of training, like the heel position is like kind of boring. So like, just mix it up a little bit. What was that? Oh, it's a big old Merc S-Class. Nice, that sounds incredible. That's had a decat. if I've ever heard one. Yo! But yeah, he's pretty jazzy this morning, to be fair. So I'm probably going to have to do some loose lead walking with him. He loves a truck as well. Little wee-wees. Good boy. It's alright, mate. Little hiss of the brakes. Gave him a little bit of a scare. Yeah, I'm trying to work out what this particular parcel is. I do order a few bits and bobs on the impost, just because, like, I think it's about 50-60 pence cheaper. And don't get me wrong, it's not like, unless you've got loads of parcels coming, no point of getting it sent to the impost, unless like you're going to be out, which is handy, or if you want to save some money and you're going to be walking that way anyways. So Moss, eyes, good boy. Moss, zit, good boy. Heel, good boy. Moss, heel, yes. Heel, with me, good boy. Right, Moss, sit, los. Right, let's just remind myself of my collection code. Moss. Yes. Hey. Sit. Moss. Sit. Leave it. Leave it. Moss, go ahead. Here. There's our parcel. That's in a big box today. Please fit in my pocket. I can't afford to have wet products. Oh God. Right. Firm collection. 51 seconds. Moss, wait. Let me sort my life out. Please fit in my hoodie, front pocket. Oh, it's tight, but it's fit for the job. That'll keep it nice. Moss, yes, sit. Plaids, good boy, nice, very nice. Wait there. Guess we'll go up to Oakfield and back or something. Right, Mossy, let's go. Hey, not that fast. Blythe. Let's go. Blythe, Moss. Let's go. Let's hope we don't get too wet today. Good boy, yes. Again, that was a case of not allowing him to wee there, because when we're on a walk, we can't stop everywhere. We'll give him a chance here. Have a wee with Diddles. Good boy. Excuse me, I've got a very bad cough. This cold has now descended fully onto my chest, so please excuse me. Ongoing illness, and every time, or an ongoing ailment, and every time I get ill, it just goes and attacks that weak spot, and it's always the chest. Always the chest. But it is what it is. So we just arrived at Oakfield. I'm actually going to just adjust the camera up a smidge, just so you guys can enjoy a little bit of variation rather than looking at tarmac. Off to our left hand side we've got Aylesbury Marina, I think it's called, where all of the canal boats are. That got redeveloped a few years ago. Done a lovely job of it. Only thing I would say, it stinks down there because of the wet wood that seems to keep burning out of the wood burners on there, but c'est la vie. It just smells like a marina if you've ever frequented them. Only issue is these houses, these flats, are just in the burn line. If the wind's going a certain way, it's going to stink. Like that's going to, I was going to say it'd be a nightmare in the summer, but actually you wouldn't be running your wood burners, so. But still, you know, in the winter, so you need to crack a window, air the place out every so often, make sure there's no condensation or mould build up. So, yeah, regardless, I wouldn't be very, put it this way, if I get back in the housing market for this town, I will not be moving here. And it is actually very nice. And like this estate over to my right hand side, I actually grew up there. All these houses are like 50s to 70s to development. Obviously 50s towards the frontage of the road, Tring Road, and then dropping back in the decades. I think most of it was, you know, the main bit of it was all done in the 50s, and then yeah, first part of Narberth Drive, then they got extended round into what is Richmond Road. For those of you that know the Broughton area, that is. A little bit of Aylesbury like planning trivia. Or lack of. Nah, I think they did it a lot better back then. You find now they're just throwing houses up left, right and centre, infrastructure, all sorts of jazz. Oh, it hasn't rained yet, which is good. And I think what we're going to do this morning, I'm going to pop down, straight down the canal, or I might just go along the bank. Either way, I'm going to do some of the canal, but I wouldn't mind doing the whole thing today, or the section I want to do today. Again, I had no real intention of where I was going until we got going. I think this is the good thing about a walk, not like, obviously you can keep things nice and local, but don't make it the same boring circuit every single day of the week. Dog gets bored. I mean, I took him up to Wendover Woods yesterday, so that video will drop before this one, and yeah, he was just so excitable, so we ended up having to go into doing some loose lead walking, basically, just back and forth, laborious stuff, but just to stop him pulling himself to pieces. Moss, here, this way. Heel. Good boy. Right, I think we're tuned in now. Good boy, Moss. You can go ahead again, but we were just practicing a little bit of side by side. Keep your eyes on me, sunshine. But again, I don't mind him going off and enriching himself with a good old sniff. I think this is going to be a really nice method today to tire him out and not do as big a walk as what I ordinarily would. Right, across here, Mossy. who knows, we might even bump into Stan or even Lenny. We've got a few doggy friends around here, haven't we, Moss? Good boy. Oh, I'm so sorry for sniffling and coughing. I just probably shouldn't be recording. But you still got to press on, haven't you? So, the bank's clear, so there's no real learning to be done there. And what I mean by that, there's no people, no distractions. Like, whilst I'll avoid certain situations. A little drink of the canal, very nice indeed. What's the vintage, mate? Victorian. But yeah, I want distractions to work with my dog. And like, yeah, you can sort of manage them, but I would never avoid. As soon as you avoid, you're basically teaching your dog that, let's not do that. Which is not particularly ideal. Especially if you want like to live your life. I've been working with a few dogs recently where it's got to a point where the owner's like, oh, I can't even take them on a walk. Devastating. Moss, yes. What's this? Weights. Moss, yes. Good boy, yes. Moss, heel. Good boy. Heel. Moss. Eyes. Yes. Let's heel. Good morning. Good boy, Mossy. Top drawer, mates. Top drawer. A few little ducks. Right, let's go sit with these distractions. Moss, sit. Good boy. Good boy, Moss. All those ducks. Heel. It's not a heel, but I'll take the movement forward, to be honest. I'm not going to keep barking the order. You can have a look. Mossy. Moss. Hip. Yes. Good boy. Heel. Good boy. There's a dog up here. I could just pop up onto the bank and force it, but I'm not going to. Again, I manage to walk around the general direction I want to go. I don't want to just keep diverting and tangentialising it just willy-nilly. Even though you would probably argue that I am quite tangential in terms of what I speak about. Oh, here we go. I love a plaque. What we got? Birds on permanent pasture. So, what have we got? We got a cuckoo, we got a little owl, sedge warbler, a lapwing, kestrel, yellow wagtail, skylark and a mallard. We've literally just seen some mallards. We've checked off one of the birdies. I'm sure there's a resident heron as well that kicks around here. Mossy, no. Trying to rub himself in poop. No, thank you, sir. Got some dogs up ahead. Again, I am on this route, so I'm not going to divert on this occasion. Dogs are not stupid. They know when you're avoiding. They know when you're anxious. It all comes down the lead and it's interpreted, and a lot of people don't realise what they've taught their dog with the leash communication that they've done, or they simply just haven't had any, full stop. So yeah, I'm a big advocate for appropriate leash control and communication. That does mean using things like slip leads, and you can use them safely and without, you know, a cruel or aversive nature. This is not what we class as the old school crank and yank traditional training. This is balanced, and only balanced by the tools that we're implementing into positive methods. So yeah, I want safe, balanced dogs, calm dogs. Calm dog is generally a happy one, and one that understands and comprehends the world of which it lives and the rules. Little reactive dog here. Mossy. Moss, sit. Sit. Good. Heel. Good heel. Heel. Morning. Good lads, nice work. Yeah. Mossy, shift on. Oh, I don't actually know where that went, but you've shifted on. Good boy. Lady cooing over him. Oh, he is cute, isn't he? Said that twice this morning alone. We've only been rolling for, what was that, 21 minutes? 21 seconds to go. Down his tail, so slow his head stay alive. What tune? Good boy. And again, like this relationship that you have with your dog, it's push and pull, it's give and take. Like, for the dog to be truly happy, you've got to allow them to make the odd decision. They learn well from them. But when it's not a good one, we don't want that behaviour to keep repeating and repeating and repeating. So before I came out on this walk, I'll be completely honest with you, I got a little bit upset with Moss. But I haven't carried that into my walk, and I'll explain to you why I was upset with Moss. But actually had to be upset with myself, not the dog. But I left him for 5 minutes after I took him downstairs this morning. I was like, I'll pop up, get the camera, and I'll be right back down. About 5 minutes, checked an email, came down, and a set of my glasses had been eaten to terrier destruction. Lenses out, legs off, or arms off. His arms or legs on a set of glasses. But recently he had these as well, and you can see the little bite marks, and I caught him early with those. Again, having a nap on the sofa, and I just can hear this chewing, which isn't the sound of his usual toys. I was like, oh, you little bugger. And that was probably a couple of weeks ago. Completely forgot that I popped those on the side last night. Left him in there, destroyed a very nice set of tortoiseshell Gooders, which is the same brand as what's on my face. They're nice polarised glasses. They're no Ray-Bans, but they're nice glasses. But not so expensive that I'm going to be too upset that they've gone. So anyways, I was upset with Moss, or frustrated. But actually, who's to blame for that, Adam? Oh yes, you. Because Moss is a child. He doesn't know the difference between right and wrong. Oh, that's food that Mossy. No. What's this? What's this? Good boy, yes. He doesn't know the difference between right and wrong. So, looks like another thing that I can chew on. So, anyways, he's been so good with things like phones and glasses and all sorts, and like cables. The only thing he really seems to chew is his bloody blankets. But yeah, you know, like, it just goes to prove that observing and giving your dog some attention, or supervision, should I say, supervision is really important. Like, you know, I've left him like that hundreds of times, never had a problem. But all it takes is one time, and today was that day, and I had to remind myself that I'm not upset with Moss. I'm upset and frustrated with myself for making a poor decision of placement of my glasses. So yeah, it is what it is. Come on, lad. Good boy. some people just aren't that friendly. That's fine. It's part and parcel of being British, saying good morning and talking about how the weather's shit. And then when it's sunny, you talk about how the weather's too hot. Oh yeah, we're never happy, by the way. For any foreign nationals that follow this channel, I can tell you for free that the British love talking about the weather. And more importantly, or more to the point, love moaning about the weather. There was a Bill Bailey sketch a few years ago. It's like, you know, oh, I think he's doing Americans. Oh, I love the Americans. It's like, so how are you today, Chad? I'm great. It's like Dave from Birmingham. How are you, mate? Not too bad. It's like, it's not good, is it? It's like, not too bad. Such a funny phrase. It's like, I'm bad, but I'm not too bad, you know? And basically, for those of you that don't understand kind of contextually what that means, it's just like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm okay. I've got my problems, but I'm dealing with it. And it's usually a geezer with a pint in his hand, drowning his sorrows. But honestly, it's such a British phrase. So good. But again, you know, if you're learning English, so I said not too bad. I was like, oh, why are you bad? I don't know, you don't understand. I'm not too bad. I'm kind of almost good, but not quite. But yeah, I do love the English language, I must admit. It's and just British culture in general, like it is. We definitely have a sense of humour in in bleakness, and the level of sarcasm is just absolutely peak, and I love that. It's always a character at the pub who's got a bit of sarcasm. Some people are a bit over exuberant with the practice, and it does almost come across rude in the end. However, sarcasm when applied appropriately is one of the funniest things. But people think it's a low form of wit, allegedly, but I dispute that any day of the week. I do like myself a nice bit of nuanced, casual sarcasm, especially when it's especially when the person that you're being sarcastic to doesn't realise you're almost being like you kind of over sincere or whatever, or yeah, basically too much sincerity, because we're a sincere bunch, the Brits. But when you're over sincere, you're basically taking the piss out of the other person whilst being polite. Again, another nuance that people outside of this culture probably wouldn't understand. Yeah, and the reason why I sort of try explaining it to those outside of the UK watching, so I was checking my analytics the other day and I was genuinely surprised at the spread of countries that are tuning in, from the USA to Uzbekistan, South Korea, amongst, you know, general European countries, Holland, oh not Holland, sorry, I'm a Dutch speaker as well, the Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, France. So yeah, for all of you watching further afield, thank you ever so much for tuning in to this bloke that goes walking with his dog to nice places in the UK, mind you, and we just do a bit of training along the way. So I hope you learn a few things, but you'll find that every episode is just similar in terms of what we're doing, but vastly different in terms of what we end up talking about. It's pretty wild at times. But yeah, anyways, a bit of housekeeping. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, tap that bell. Really helps us on the algorithm, helps us grow the channel, and we really appreciate that. And I'm sure there's a few people that watch us regularly. Have you hit the subscribe button? Go on, cheeky, tap it, get all the updates as they drop. We really appreciate the support, and those likes and thumbs up really help push the videos onto a more public realm. But yeah, it's very, very difficult being a small YouTuber, I guess. But again, I'm just sort of mostly started the channel, again, track the development of the dog, and in the end I've ended up becoming a bit of a gadget and camera addict. I absolutely love it. I enjoy editing and enjoy shooting. I love narrating to the camera. It's like my therapy session. And yeah, I hope that people, you know, enjoy what they're seeing, and that's why I ask you to like and subscribe. And if you're not enjoying, there are like 100 million YouTube channels out there. A few recommendations: Bold and Bankrupt, Kurt Kaz, Biffa Plays City Skylines, also a great channel if you like the game in Stone Mountain 64. You know, the world's your oyster. There's just a handful of the ones that I've been tuning into over the last couple of years. Bold and Bankrupt is without a doubt my favourite YouTuber. For those of you who don't know much about Bold and Bankrupt and Ben that runs that channel, he's a travel vlogger who is basically, I'm sure if he ever tuned into this, which I doubt, I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying, is obsessed with the Soviet Union, and not what it stood for in terms of communism and that, but just going and exploring what things were like in Soviet times, and visiting places like Moldova and Georgia and all these places that are like so underdeveloped, and they haven't had anything changed since the occupation of the USSR or the USSR. And yeah, I find it fascinating. It's like such a huge like mixture of countries and cultures, and you know, you can have ethnically diverse Russians that look more like they're the Mongol or Mongolian regions. China, it shares a border with, and it's like, wow, like it's cross-continental. It's fascinating, and I love the fact that Bold and Bankrupt take you on those journeys with him for places that you may not be able to access anymore because of current things going on in current affairs, and yeah, and maybe places that I perhaps wouldn't feel safe going on my own. And the beauty of Bold and Bankrupt, he speaks Russian, and that is something I really admire. I love someone that can speak different languages. It's just so fascinating and interesting how like he navigates the world. He also speaks Hindi and I believe a bit of Spanish as well, which is really, really good. Good. Moss. Moss, hip. What's this? Mossy. Break. Yes. St. Good. Platz. Good boy. Moss. Eyes. Yes. Weights. With me. Moss. Heel. Morning. Shift on. Forwards. Good boy. Forwards. Let's go. Oops. Good lads. Well done. Again, just working through the distractions. Good boy. Sky. Weights. This way. Legs.
Picture of the outfit.
So get coffee. Moss, blijf. lachen. I might have avoided the rain, but I bet I've spoken too soon now. Why have I said that? What are you doing? What are you doing? Wait. Let's go. Go on. Through this way. Links. Moss. Up. Moss. Up. All the way. Mossy. Sit. Up. All the way. On. On. Oh, you're getting there. Up. Come on. All the way. Up. You can do it. Go on. Nearly. Sit. Good lads.
Good morning.
Hey mate, you right?
Hello.
Large cappuccino when you're ready, please. No sugar, thanks. Ta.
That coffee bar would, that should have had its own challenge. People said that stuff for years, though. Yeah, what about it?
Mossy.
They come in 2 minutes ago, someone else, everyone that she's not done it.
Moss. Lay.
Would have been another.
Good boy.
It's only 5 months old.
You see some of them
Los.
kilograms, massive amount of views. You know, crazy.
I tell you what had the most views.
I was then,
Good boy.
because my daughter picked it from my wife.
Yeah,
He's relaxed.
My little kids, the 5-year-old, even the 8-9-year-old, they put these phones up there, yeah?
So
And
she
they're not
wanted
even,
something
like
from
for
my
example, it'll be
wife.
like, there's loads of different things. One example is, it'll be like a dad, like me,
They
with their
grow
kid,
between 12
and they're like, and all these kids just set up like toys, yeah? And they're playing with toys, and these kids are watching kids playing with toys.
I think you did a bit
And there's
bigger.
50 million views on it. 60 million, over 200 million views on their channel. Just kids playing with toys, yeah. And then they do this for video, right? And then there's these teenagers, what they do, like 10-year-olds. Sometimes they do these challenges with a basketball. They've all got like that, with a basketball.
Dead on, like
They
4
do
o'clock in the
challenges with
morning.
the ball. They do shooting
And I've got to
challenges.
go and feed
Make
them. He
100
wants to
million
go
views.
out.
It's ridiculous. It's challenge.
it's millions of views everywhere now.
And millions and millions
You'd
and
make a
millions.
bloody fortune, frankly. You put one up there. You have to deny the copyright from some of the stuff you say. You'd be blurping a lot of stuff out.
Don't worry, I edit.
Big cappuccino, sir.
Thank you so much, mate.
What's his name again? I forget.
Moss.
Oh, sir.
Yeah. Oi, Mossy. Yeah, the reason I record is if we have a dog run up on us or something. I train dogs for a living, so I record everything. So if I don't see what's going on there and then live, I can watch the footage back. Andy.
I was trying to tell my partner the other day that he's a Jack Russell cross with,
Border Terrier.
and that's what I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
I
Border
remember the
Terrier
Jack
cross
Russell.
Jack. Yeah. Cheers, buddy.
10 months old.
10 months, good memory, mates. Yeah.
That's all I knew, Jack Russell, 10 months. But
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the other mix.
How was the rest of that day? Did it pick up in the end? No. Fair enough. Hope today's better. Take it easy, boys. Morning. Mossy. Good lads. Right, come on. Oh. Deliziosa Cafe, very nice. Ah. Moss, drop. What's this? What have you picked up? Ah. Some kind of plastic, something or other. Moss, drop. Drop it. Drop. Probably shouldn't have done that. He's still holding the plastic in his mouth. Anyways, press on. What a lovely Mark 5 Golf. Got one myself. I haven't driven it for over a year. That thing is an absolute weapon. I'm thinking about stripping out and turning it into a track car, to be honest, for some bit of fun. But yeah, that might have to go as well. I don't know, because basically, long and short of it, run a detailing company for like 20 odd years. Loved it, loathed it at times, and just with like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, with my ailments now, I don't really have the physical prowess that I once had. The days of stripping cars down and polishing for hours on end is just too much, man. So hence why I've got back into dog training. Got back to college, got myself updated with more modernised teaching techniques, and yeah, I'm like super pleased with the courses that I've been on. I've learnt a lot and then done further reading. There's some amazing canine books about Think Dog by something Fisher. It's very good. The book what was it? The book your dog wish you had read, and that's by Louise Glazebrook. Was it Glabrook? Glazebrook, I think. And yeah, that's a very, very cool, nice book. Oh, lots of poos. Sit off to the side a bit. Yeah, this coffee from Bonamici, my God, it's rocket fuel. Absolutely delicious. Sorry, mate. I couldn't be more awkward, Moss. Come on. See what the fuss is about here. Do you need a poo? Let him have a little sniffari. So much rubbish. It's quite funny. I think the guys at the coffee place were talking. Well, they were talking about YouTube, and I got a feeling they were talking about me having a camera on my chest. I don't want to do so. Oh, depends what we say around it, kind of thing. And yeah, let's not even discuss what they may or may not be discussing, because get me deplatformed. I guess. Oh God, that was a hot sip. I'm gonna have to. Oh, I'm gonna have to slow down a bit. Oh, that hurt. Oh my goodness, I am really unwell. Really, really unwell. Keep recording and persevering. It's the days you don't want to do things is when you should be doing them. It's discipline. It includes so many things in your life. Like, I mean, I'm really like swimming, so like there are days I cannot be bothered, but I still make sure that I take myself on those periods when I'm not bothered. Because yeah, okay, maybe I wouldn't be as into it as another day, but just the fact that I've got myself there, I've jumped in the pool and I've done a few lengths, that's enough. Makes me feel better, makes me feel like I haven't sat on my arse and achieved nothing that particular day. I do love to exercise. It's something that's become more and more prevalent in my life as I've grown older, really. Obviously I used to play a lot of sport when I was younger, and I played a bit of football in my 20s. But like sort of kind of like since late 20s, early 30s and onwards, just barely, like, other than hiking, really didn't exercise all that often. And it took its toll. If you're sedentary and you don't move around a lot, like, your body kind of like just deteriorates. Oh goodness, I promise you it's nearly the end of the video and you won't have to listen to me cough and sniff any longer. For those of you that have hung around, and somehow, some way, I think we've managed to avoid the weather. It was meant to start at 10 o'clock and a 90% chance. I can kind of, yeah, I can feel it building in the air a bit. Not that way, mate. This way. Good boy. So I'm really proud of my boy. He's starting to like make some really, really good, what I class as automatic decisions when we're walking. Like walking beside me, sitting when we stop, or just standing and doing nothing. I mean, something that people don't realise, like, you can teach your dog all the tricks, Blythe, in the world. But if your dog doesn't know how to be calm and settle down, how are they meant to do anything else? The art of doing nothing is very difficult for a dog, and human beings, yeah, they don't, you know, we're kind of a bit more active, but can be lazy, some of us, sitting on the sofa, and the dog just needs a bit of exercise. And what's up, bud? So again, I had enough of a pull on the lead there, and I was like, I'll stop for him and work with him. Good lad, good boy. Oh my good, oh, and a boo. Okay, I say, what are you doing? I thought he was going to go for a double cock and a leg there. Like, that would be a first. Double barreled. It's right on top of the plant. I'll go get it. Also as well, I think one of the guys said that's a good name, Moss, which I appreciate. Interesting. It was like corked solid and then a bit dodgy, and I think that is the lamb. We need to start going back to beef-based diet, I think, Moss. But it's no bother, we'll get there, mate. We'll get your diet right. It's just going to take some time. Yeah, there's definitely something in this current batch of food that's not agreeing with him. So I'm going to I actually think it's going to be his. It's tough to say. I think what I'm going to have to do is like feed him a bit of dry one day, see what happens, and then all wet for a day. It's just points. You don't want to like keep chopping and changing your dog's diet like willy-nilly, because it's It's just not good for their biome. Their gut, in other words. Curbed. Can I hear Sophie calling Digger again? I think we're seeing Digger either tomorrow or Saturday, so we're gonna see if we can avoid seeing him. As mad as that sounds. Come on. Moss, Blythe, wait. Moss, Blythe. Oh, you can hear a bit of frustration creeping into my voice there. Mossy, eyes. Moss, what's this? Moss, what's this? Look, look. Look. Wouldn't even take it. Right, time for some action, mates. Let's go. If you don't want the food, we'll keep walking. No drama. Come on. Twisting me up this morning. Forwards, forwards. You're going to keep fighting me. What's this? Good. Moss. Hip. Mossy. What's this? What's this? Oh, it's going to be a nightmare. I can feel it. This is Diggers over there. Moss. Sit. Leave it. This is going to be problematic. I can feel it. This way. Heel. Come on. Good boy. Oh, I'm only holding him by my pinky. This way. Come on. Oh, dearie me. That was a struggle, Moss. But again, we're going to keep going forwards. Good boy, yes. Good boy, Moss. We're seeing him tomorrow, mate. Antisocial. Good boy. So that's adjusted, lovely. Ooh. That was a nice walk. I did not actually expect to be out for quite as long as this. Excuse me. However, I'm really pleased that we've managed to persevere. I was originally considering a go to the impost and then fly straight back home, because obviously the forecast looked pretty gash, to be honest. Appalling, in other words, bad. But yeah, we've been all right. We've stopped for a coffee. We've been on the canal. We picked up some post, chatted some bollocks. Great success. I'll take that all day long. But yeah, Moss has definitely smelt digs from a distance, and he just keeps like flicking his head back. But it's our walk, not yours. It's give and take. And literally what I was trying to prove there, and it was a little bit of a struggle, just keep walking. I don't care whether that dog's your best mate. You can't go say hello until I allow it. And that might come across to people as like, oh, it's a bit antisocial. Well, it is, purposefully so, because it teaches the dog a bit of structure, and play can come on their terms, of course, but it's the environment. And if we're on a walk and we have got, you know, a set of tasks to do, and you know, the task at this precise moment was get home before the rain, I don't want to be stood there for 10 minutes playing with Digger, as much as I'd love to. But also it teaches Moss that doesn't happen every time you see that dog. As good a mates as you are, because at the end of the day, even though I say, oh, that's his best mate and that's his best mate, because he's got two dogs that he loves to bits, but you know, I don't think a dog loves in the same way that a human being does. They definitely like certain dogs more than others because of the way that they play together, and they know like the smells of a particular dog, fine. But there's a dog that looks mildly resembles, or just dogs in general. It's like, if I get to play with those two best friends, I get to play with all of my best friends. Especially if you've got a nice temperamented dog, they just want to play with everything. But it's very, very important to teach that calmness and off switch, especially when the play escalates as well. Like when we have him and Digger playing, like, you know, sometimes it has escalated to near enough fighting. And it's at that point that, as responsible owners, you step in, allow them to reset, allow them to re-regulate themselves into a calm state, and then as a reward, either a treat of high value, beef heads are pretty good, leave one in the crate, one in his bed, let me eat a beef head a piece for half an hour, get that bit of mental stimulation to chill, and then afterwards out for a drink, and then perhaps we'll play again. So again, I think with any dog, providing structure is so important, and yeah, being sort of lax with how many dogs, how many people your dog interacts with, it can affect the dog, and it can affect your relationship with them. So just bear that in mind, because I suffered the consequences of over socialisation with my own dog accidentally. Again, there's a fine line between socialising and over socialising, and then under socialising as well. Difficult balance to grab, guys. So anyways, thank you ever so much for tuning in. As ever, keep on meandering, stay positive, and much love.